Hi there everybody, Bald&curious here. Day after Smith&Wesson Indoor Nationals. Actually, they're still going on. They go all the way today and tomorrow. I shot the first day. I shot it on my birthday, actually. I was hoping there's going to be cameras like last year, and I'm going to stick my face everywhere, try to photobomb, and tell everybody it's my birthday and get on some cover of the IDPA magazine, but unfortunately, I'm guessing all the cameras are going to come Saturday when the Super Squad's going to shoot, all the pros. Wore my favorite hat, my shooting hat. Didn't want to be too offensive, so I started like this. Make sure I got it right. Shooting let's say, spraying and praying. Started with that, and I got too cocky. Switched my sticker, and when I screwed up, I just turned my head back. So, that being said, my grandpa was still not back. I'm being told I'm getting a new gun, and after all the bitching on the Colorado Gun Works, I've been told they're really good company, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know. It's a one-man army, from what I understand, and his customer service sucks. I mean, if at least I get an update without me calling him, I probably wouldn't complain so much, but anyway. Long story short, I shot the Arsenal Strike 1. The gun performed good. I had a little issues in the beginning. I noticed the day before, and I cleaned it, I lubed it, and I used the grease instead of oil. There's Lucas oil, gun grease, and maybe that's why. And what happened is the gun will, like, when you just pulled it a little bit, it will go really slowly into Barry. And what happens sometimes when I went into slide lock, I reload it, hit the slide release, and basically this happened. No, the striker wasn't cocked for some reason. So I wind up stripping the round, and I was back in action. It happened 2 or 3 times. So I asked the SO to let me look at it. I basically just took it apart and went back to the regular oil, just oiled the crap out of it, and performed flawlessly for the rest of the day. It was almost 300 rounds. It was a big match. But I don't really want to talk about that because I only have footage from like one stage I'm gonna roll in. Most of it was the dark stages. It was hard to record anything. And this year they changed the rules, so spraying and praying doesn't really pay. So I concentrated less on the time and more on getting the hits, which worked in some stages, didn't work in some of them. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the performance. I could have done better, of course, as always, but we'll see when the results are in. Now, the main thing I'm doing this video is there was a gentleman, I'm sorry, I forgot the name, I'm gonna annotate it, I'll read through the comments, that wanted to see how I made my my fiber optic front sight. Now, wish I can go into detail and tell you it's a really tedious job. It's really not. The gun's unloaded before you give me crap that I'm pointing at myself. Unfortunately, I don't have the video as I did it, but the rear sight is basically the same as a front sight. I don't know if you can see it. There's little dots right here, and those dots actually go through. The front side was the same way, and there's like a plastic insert, so there's no, the white dots are not really painted. It's like a plastic insert. So really all I did is find a drill bit that was the right size, and I just went slowly. You can literally do it by hand because that insert is really close to the size of the fiber optic rod, and just drilled it out real slowly. And after that, I just took a good old Dremel, put it on slow speed, and I made the notch. You know, I just went down, and then just went back and forward, get the notch as, you know, whatever I wanted, and that was pretty much it. I mean, you can literally take a file. You take a square file. You can do it with a file. You can do it by hand. You don't really need the power tools. As long as you find the proper drill bit, you can stick it in something and just drill it by hand and do it the notch. You do it with the file. It's really fairly soft aluminum. Really not a rocket science. Trying to give you some detail if the stupid thing will focus. So as you can tell, it's really not that's better. It's really not that hard to do. And all said and done, just take a fiber optic and a lighter, melt one end, stick it in, cut to appropriate length, melt the other end. That's it. Now the one advice I have is when you melt a fiber optic, use a lighter match, whatever, use the blue part of the flame. I was actually in one of the notes, one of the tricks I got from Dawson. And what happens is the dot, you can see it over here, the dot becomes like a little brighter. If you burn it, if you actually burn it and it catches a fire, it's a little dull. It's not as bright. That's what I noticed. So you take your time, don't rush it, and that's it. Works good. One more note: the CZ75 Megar magazines. Since I only have 2 of these, I wound up buying 4 or 5 of these because my wife's talking maybe she'll get into the sport. So I figured she can use this gun, and like the video I did, they work just fine. I've been using them, you know, even on the last match at Smith & Wesson. This match, I used it. Obviously, I didn't use it as much because most of the stages were 16-18 rounds. So I had 2 of these, but I did use it. I think on one of the 2 stages, no issues with these mags. I'm actually thinking going to a local shop and having them machine the base pads out of aluminum and replace it with these and just have like a custom base pads. That's it. As always, everybody, have fun, keep shooting. Stand by. You're good.